What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Tomoya Ohtani. Yes, indeed. Tomoya Ohtani fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Connor, and this is actually Connor's prioritized request for the month of August for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Connor. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Connor wanted to see me do this. We have an original versus a remake. We discussed this. We came to an agreement. We came to an arrangement, and that's really all there is to it. I'm not going to say anything more than that. But we have an original versus a remake here. It is Tomoya Ohtani with the original versus a remake of the song I'm Here. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard these songs in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to both of these songs and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Okay, so we have two songs here, so I'm gonna list off all the stats for both of them. The original was posted by Charisma Entertainer, and it has 1.5 million views. It'll get you there. And then the I'm Here Revisited version was posted by Artist Angelo, and it has 35,000 views. It'll still get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Sonic Frontiers original soundtrack, I'm Here. So this is the original. So we're going to start with that, and then we'll do the revisited one next. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I feel like we're being lulled into a false sense of security.
I'm standing on the border of everything. Listen close. Can you hear the spirits sing those messages of long ago?
How fast we gonna take off here? Or not? Okay. And we bring it back down again. Both modulate back down and in feel. Interesting.
come with me. We'll travel through the trials and tragedy. Rest and play. Can you hear the spirits shout? The secrets in their melodies. Dream, explore the mystery.
That's great time.
Breathe, a new life is revealed to me. Once again, we'll start our story anew. Don't be afraid, I'll be with you. I'm here.
Okay. First of all, the intro, it did lull us into a false sense of security, sort of. I was actually expecting the song to kick in a lot sooner than it did. They drew it out. Smart. That's a smart move. It wasn't predictable. Playing around with feel the way they're doing with the straight time and the double time feels nice. I like that. The modulation, I'm glad they did it for the chorus. I'm really glad they did it. It really helped the song from becoming redundant, and it really helped separate and create a very clear separation between where we were with the verse and the pre-chorus to the chorus. It definitely added to the grandioso of the chorus, the grandness of it all. It felt a lot better. When they would go to the double time feel, it was interesting to have the snare on the ands. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That was interesting. I like that. I like that approach. It kind of makes it push a little bit faster than if they had the snare on just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. It gives it that little extra push. I like that. I think that was a very, very smart move. Vocally, if I'm being honest, I think the vocals are actually probably the most impressive thing happening musically within the song. It does sound strained. I'm not gonna lie. When they're getting up there, man, it does sound a little strained. But I can't tell if that strain is being done on purpose for effect, or if it's being done because it's really getting up there in range and he's having a little bit of a struggle to get the notes. I can't tell. It's being done consistently. Now, here's the thing: you sing the chorus once and then you just copy and paste in Pro Tools. I mean, that's very typical of bands these days and of musical acts these days. You get one good chorus, right? Just copy and paste. It's really easy to do. So you get one good take. It's all you need. I don't know if that's what they did. It's very possible. I don't have any proof either way. So I'm just kind of hypothesizing here. That's more than likely what they did, though. It's a good song. It's not at all what I was expecting from a song from the soundtrack for a Sonic video game. It's a lot more laid back than I was expecting, because Sonic's always been known for being a very fast-paced video game. Fast. All about speed. So hearing a more laid-back song, it's definitely different. The double time feel definitely feels Sonic-ish, but the rest of the song, quite different. I don't know where in the video game this song is used. Maybe a boss battle, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. So if you guys know for a fact where it's used in the game, let me know in the comments. I'm actually kind of curious to know where this song goes. Anyway, let's finish this out, and then we'll get to the remix.
Reaching far across these new frontiers, with my life, my faith is filled. In my hands, I hold the ones I love. Walk forward through the cold time. Always the new horizons.
makes sense.
The way ahead's becoming clear. All across these new frontiers. In my hands, I hold the ones I love. Walk forward through the cold time. Always the new horizons.
Really? An abrupt ending mid-phrase. You know, normally I'd be put off by that, but I like that. I like that ending. I think that's really smart. Wow. Okay. Not at all what I was expecting for an ending, but that was nicely done. That was a nice swerve. Okay. How should we do this? Should I do this one first? No. Let's do the revisited version. Let's do the remix. Okay. Let me make a transition here. I'll get the next one going and I'll see you there and we'll check out what the remix has got. All right. Here we go. Sonic Frontiers, I'm Here, revisited lyric video. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Helen Quinn.
Follow me. I'm standing on the border of everything.
This already feels edgier.
Close. Can you hear the spirit sing? Those messages of long ago.
Sonic is going Super Saiyan.
Be like you knew before. See a new world we're fighting for. Find the truth of who I'm meant to become. Another path I must now walk on. I'm here, reaching far across these new frontiers. With my life, I fight this fear. In my hands, I hold the ones I love. Walk forward through the cold tide. Always to
Too clean.
new sides.
Okay, I'm seeing the differences. It's much more intense in the verses. It's much more rock oriented. It's much more adrenaline fueled. It's much more intense. The drive and the energy definitely up in comparison to the original. Vocally, the chorus. I remember in the original I talked about it sounds like he's adding strain to the vocals when he gets up into the upper registers. And I wasn't sure if that was because he was straining to get up there, because it was up there. It was getting up there, and he may have a hard time. He's hitting them, but it sounds like he's really kind of straining to get those notes. Or, the other possibility, he was adding that strain for effect. He could probably hit those notes just fine, but he wanted to add the strain for effect. You're not getting that in here. This is purely clean. I mean, the vocal notes, the vocal approach, it was controlled and clean all the way through. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I prefer the other version better when it comes to the vocal performance on the chorus. I can't believe I'm going to say this because I'm usually not a fan of this. I feel like the strain effect or the straining of the note. I feel like it added to the context of the song. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I prefer the original chorus from a vocal performance better. As far as the overall, I'm not sure yet. I'm definitely a rock and metal guy, and I definitely appreciate the intensity and the energy of the verses and the pre-chorus of this version. But then again, there's the part of me that's looking at the original going, yeah, I like the contrast in comparison to everything else we've heard. This feels like it could be any level. Like this song, this version of the song, this could be used anywhere in the song. Anywhere. Like it could be a basic level, it could be a setup level, it could be a boss battle level, it could be the final stage level, it could be used during a cinematic. I mean, it could literally be used anywhere. The other version, the original version, really, to me, felt like boss battle. So I don't know. I really don't know. And before anybody goes, well, just watch the video, that'll tell you. This doesn't tell me jack diddly squat. This is a video that was created by artist Angelo. He could have just taken stock footage out of the game anywhere and slapped it on there. Maybe this is, in his eyes, in the creator's eyes, maybe this is the most visually stimulating part of the video game. He just wanted to use it for this. I mean, there's no correlation. As far as I know, there's no correlation. So don't tell me, oh, it should be obvious. They're using the boss battle scene at the end of the, even says the end. So what? He just took that footage and put it in there. For all I know, this song is used at the very beginning of the game. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it. For the original version, it certainly doesn't sound like it. It sounds like a boss battle. But how many bosses are there in this game? 5, 10, 15, 17, 32? I don't know. I've never played the game. I have no idea. So, anyway, let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
We'll travel through the trials and tragedy, blessed and bleak. Can you hear the spirit shout? The secrets in their melody.
Those 3 8s.
Explore the mysteries. A new life is revealed to me. Once again, we'll start our story anew. Don't be afraid, I will be with you. I'm here, reaching far across these new frontiers.
Too squeaky clean.
With my life, fight this fear. In my hands, I hold the ones I love. Walk forward through the cold tide.
Yeah, it's just too squeaky clean. I like the other version better. When it comes to the vocals and the chorus, anyway.
Standing here, the way ahead's becoming clear. All across these new frontiers. In my hands, I hold the ones I love. Walk forward through the cold tide. Always to new horizons.
That same sudden ending, though. They had the same sudden ending. Mid-phrase. So, some things never change. That's good. Not really a whole lot to talk about, if I'm being honest. This is going to be pretty cut and dry. I've already said pretty much everything I'm going to say during the course of the review, so I've already said during the course of the reactions. So this is probably, for a original versus, remake, this is probably going to be pretty short. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was the original versus remake version of the song I'm Here by Tomoya Ohtani. This was a request from Connor, and this was actually Connor's prioritized request for the month of August for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Connor. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Yeah, there was 2 songs. Connor and I had a discussion. We came to an arrangement and we came to an agreement, and that's all I'm going to say about it. So we were able to make it happen. So there you go. Okay, I'm just going to give... Okay. I'm going to give both scores. I think it's important that I give both scores as far as the discussion goes. So I don't normally give both scores right away, but in this case, I think I better, because it'll clear up a lot of confusion. Let's start with the original. No, actually, you know what? Let's start with the revisited. Let's start with the revisited first, the remake, okay, the second one. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.4. Yep, 7.4. I feel good about that score. And for the original, this might blow some people's minds. For the original, I'm going to give that an 8.3. Yeah, there you go. An 8.3 for the original and a 7.4 for the remake. I feel good about both of those scores. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first. An 8.3 for the original and a 7.4 for the remake. What do those scores mean? Well, let's start with the original. An 8.3 would equate out to a great scale rating, so I think it was a great song. It would give 4 out of 5 stars and an A- letter grade. As for the remake, it's getting a 7.4, which is a really good scale rating. It would give 4 out of 5 stars still and a B+ letter grade. So there you go. 8.3, great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars and A- letter grade for the original. And a 7.4, really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade for the remake. Now, how did I come up with those scores? So glad you asked. Okay. And this is where I'm really probably going to shock some people, because everybody, I'm sure, after listening to both songs, are under the impression that I liked the second version better. Believe it or not, no, I like the original version better. I have my reasons, okay? I'm going to explain those reasons to you. As far as the song goes, I already talked about the song during the course of the reaction. I like the approach of the original more. I could see why people would think I'm gonna like the remake more. I could see why. It's very intense from start to finish. It's got that pulse, it's got that energy, it's got that drive, it's got the intensity from start to finish. I gotta say though, the original really intrigued me with the difference in style compared to what I've heard from everything else I've heard from the soundtrack to this game. It really kind of left questions in my head, like, where is this song utilized? It doesn't sound like your typical stage run where you're just running along, collecting rings as fast as you can, trying to avoid obstacles and crossing the finish line with as many rings as possible. It's very much, you know, you have a certain sound for that type of a stage where it's all about speed, and you want something fast-paced and intense. Something like for the revisited version. But the original version, I don't know where you could put that. I mean, it sounds to me more like boss battle music, if I'm being honest, or maybe for a cinematic. That could also be a possibility as well. I don't know. I don't know. I've never played the game, so I really couldn't tell you where in the song that is used. I'm sure people have played the game, and I'm sure you guys could tell me in the comments where it's utilized. Is it a boss battle song? Is it the final boss battle song? I don't know. I have no clue. I'm sure you guys will tell me. But I like the difference, and I like the approach of the original. I like the fact that it wasn't your stereotypical Sonic style song. I like the fact that we had that play with dynamics and that play with feel. It wasn't just 100% straight ahead, 150 miles an hour pedal to the floor. as fast as we can go and intensely as we can go all the way through, like the remake was. Not in this case. Normally, yeah, I would like that. I like more intense music, but in this case, I gotta say, I like the approach. And not only that, but the biggest difference for me between the two was in the vocals. The vocals in the remake, don't get me wrong, they were well done. They were very well done. They were very precise. They were very clean. A little too clean, almost to the point of sounding sterile. Like it almost sounded computer generated all the way through, as opposed to the original, where we had that much more organic feel and that much more organic sound to the vocalizations. Especially the higher up we would get in pitch, you started to get that strained feel, that strained sound, that strained tone. And like I was saying, I don't know if that's because he was really straining to get the notes, or if he was throwing strain on there as an effect, just purely for effect. I don't know, but it sounded organic, it sounded real, and it fit within the context of the song. Really kind of added to the song in a sense. Whereas the other one, for the Revisited, it was clean, it was well done, it was accurate, sure, but it lacked that human element. I know it was a human singing, but it sounded too easy for that vocalist. It sounded too simple for that vocalist. There was no struggle, and I think that's part of the appeal of the original. They both follow the exact same blueprint of the song: intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, back to intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and they both had the ending, that halfway, midway through the phrase ending, with an abrupt ending to boot, and it was different. And normally that would be a little off-putting to me, but in this case I liked it. I don't know, I can't explain why, but for some reason I liked that ending. And I gotta say, I think the original pulled it off better than the remake. I liked the original. I do. I like the original better than the remake, and I know that's going to shock some people, but that's the truth. I think the original had more thought put into it. I like the approach of the original more. And I think overall, the original was just better done. I think it was clean. It was not cleanly, more organically done in a sense. It had more depth. It had more layers. It had more going for it. Nothing against the remake. I mean, the remake had some great intensity, great drive, great energy, absolutely. And it followed the format to a T. And maybe a little too close to the original, maybe a little too clean. But in any case, I prefer the original over the remake, and the scores definitely reflect that. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice pretty bow, shall we? For the original, we have an 8.3, which is a great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. For the remake, we have a 7.4, which is a really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. And overall, I gotta say, I prefer the original. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.